meter is derived from. So that's really cool, fun numbers about light. But light also has a much bigger role in our planet. Photosynthesis is the basis for really all life here on the planet. The sun sends us energy all the way through space, millions of light years over. It hits our atmosphere, somehow makes its way through that, and only the best and most nutritional ways, hopefully, make it through our atmosphere and hit the plants. Now the plants, they soak up this through photosynthesis, which I'm sure all of you remember how that works from science class. Well, because of those plants that are eating all that light, they're growing. So thanks to those plants, they now become food for bigger things, such as cows. We all love cows. Now these cows, they eat these grassy plants that are growing from the ground, and eventually us humans get to them. We love cows. So we cut these cows, I don't know graphic detail there, but we get them. And we cut them into delicious T-bones. And we enjoy those delicious T-bones, and let's face it, if we didn't have light, we would never be able to eat T-bones, which would mean we'd all be dead. Now, that's a big conclusion to draw. But to be fair, it doesn't extend just to T-bones. If we go through all that process again, without plants, we don't have food. Without food, we do die, which is pretty sad. So light's a pretty cool thing. Light also helps us out in our more personal lives. For example, when I was growing up, I always had a little nightlight plugged in. My parents can verify. It was always in the kind of far corner of the room. I slept on a bunk bed with my brother on the bottom. I was up on top. And my parents would usually shut the door, but we'd always have to make sure that nightlight was on and the closet was closed. Because that closet, when the lights are on, held the coolest things ever. We had little car toys. We had the tracks that you could put the toys on. These dinosaurs that we could play with. They held our clothes. We're talking some pretty awesome stuff. But the second that light shut off, that closet got a lot scarier. Now, we don't know what happened between the lights being on and the lights being off. But suddenly that closet held something much more sinister than my little car toys. You see, the darkness has become an enigma to us. It has this power over us. We've put all these things inside of it. Darkness to us means fear. It means unknown. We don't want to go to the darkness because we don't know what's around the corner. Now, another movie reference, Star Wars. In Star Wars, there are two sides. There's the light side and the dark side. The dark side, now that we've established that darkness kind of always means fear and things usually have a sinister nature, the dark side had the likes of the Sith guy, you know him with the red face and the horns, very dark black cape, very spooky. Also had Darth Vader, very long cape, kind of spooky, choke people with the Force, you know that. And then they also had the goofy white guy, or guys in the white armor running around everywhere. They were also very integral to the Death Star's plan. On the other side, we have the good guys, the light side. We have Yoda, we have Obi-Wan, we have Luke Skywalker. Not only do they have really cool names, but they also stood for really good things. They stood for justice, protecting the peace, self-sacrificial. Obi-Wan actually let himself go so that Luke Skywalker could go on and save the universe. It's very cool to see the movie. But between these two dark and light sides, in the fictional world, there's this battle here in our world. There's a light and a dark. The light, which we love so very, very much, it's very comforting now the lights are on, versus the dark, which is kind of scary, kind of spooky. It's the ultimate showdown, really, between the light and the dark. Well, we're going to see what the Bible has to say about light versus dark. I'm going to turn to John 8, chapter 8, verse 12. That verse reads, "When Jesus spoke again to the people, he said, 'I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life.'" So, what is he saying there? He's saying he's the light of the world? Well, if we go back to some of the cooler things I was just talking about, Jesus is cool too. How cool is